going to be making an apple pie recipe from scratch with a crumble top. It's super tasty and easy to make. It has the perfect soft caramelized apples with a crunchy crumble top. This particular pie is called a Dutch apple pie, but it can also be referred to as an apple pie crumble or an apple crisp pie. A traditional Dutch apple pie has the classic crumble topping on top instead of a pastry crust. While you can easily use store-bought pie crust to make this quick and easy, I highly recommend using my perfect flaky pie crust recipe. It's so beautiful and tasty, I know you won't regret making your own crust. You can find the recipe link in the video description box below. First, you'll assemble your pie crust and form it into your pie pan. Chill your pie crust in the fridge until we're ready to fill it. There's no need to pre-bake your crust. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Place your racks to be in the lower and center position of your oven. You'll want to put a cookie pan or sheet of tinfoil on the lower rack to catch any juices that may bubble over. Hi, my name is Melissa. I'm the baker behind Whisking Up Yum. I love baking sweet things and empowering others to have fun in the kitchen too. If that sounds like your jam, give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe and the bell so you can be notified every time I come out with a new recipe. And as always, you can download your recipe card in the video description box below. Alright, let's get baking. Sprinkle cinnamon on the apple slices and toss together until the apples are well covered. Set the apples aside. I do have several delicious pie recipes on my blog, including a snickerdoodle cream cheese apple pie that has the classic apple pie filling, a smooth and creamy layer of cream cheese, and a snickerdoodle cookie crust and crumble on top. It's so good. I don't have the video of it yet, but you can find the recipe link in the video description box below. In a medium saucepan, melt the butter over medium-high heat. Once melted, add the flour and stir continuously for 1 minute while it simmers. Then, while stirring frequently, add in the water and the sugar and allow it to come to a boil. Then, immediately after it reaches a boil, reduce heat and allow it to simmer for 3 minutes. Remove the caramel mixture from the stove and immediately pour it onto the prepared apples. Go ahead and toss your pan into the sink with some soapy water. It gets rock hard pretty quickly. You'll be thanking me later. You're welcome. Combine the caramel mixtures with the apples as best as you can. The sauce will start to clump up pretty quickly, but that's okay because it will melt as it cooks. But do try to distribute as best as you can. Spread the apples onto the prepared pie crust. Don't be afraid to heap it into a mound over the top of your pie pan, as the apples will shrink down when the juices release. Prepare the egg wash by whisking together an egg and a tablespoon of water. Then use the pastry brush and brush the egg wash mixture onto the exposed crust so that your crust will turn a golden brown when baking. Set your pie aside. Let's get making your crumb topping. Prepare the crumb topping by combining the flour, brown sugar, granulated sugar, cinnamon, salt, and cubed butter. I find it easiest to use my hand to really get in there and break down and incorporate the butter. You want to break down the large chunks of butter until they are about pea-sized. If you break it down too far, you won't have the crumble texture on top of your pie. If you're adding chopped pecans, you can go ahead and add it now. Do you have any pie recipes that you'd like to see featured on the channel? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear. Without pressing it down, evenly spread the crumb mixture on top of the pie. Be sure to cover the entire surface so you can trap the juices in the pie. Bake the pie uncovered for about 50 to 60 minutes. If the crumble starts to brown too much, go ahead and cover it with the pie with tinfoil. Allow the pie to cool for an hour on the cooling rack before serving it. This will make it firm up and make it easier to cut and serve. I like to pop slices of apple pie into the microwave for about 30 seconds and top it with ice cream before serving. So yummy. I put a few recipes up on the screen that I know you'll love, so go check those out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe and the bell so that you can be notified every time I come out with a new recipe. Also, don't forget to download your recipe card in the description box below. Have fun baking.